Peace, Diehards. What's up? This your boy Eru on a Saturday afternoon. Doing a nice little podcast here, talking about my man Dion Rose. This is 8 key points, guys. 8 key points in this interview here. So before I get started, I just want to let you guys know. At the moment of this video, I think about 14,000 people saw that video, which seems like a big number. But then you got other channels that got 45, 35 freaking hits talking about the same subject. So it makes me, it's just annoying that people are not watching this video as much as they should. So anyway, let's just get right into it. This is some key points that I think that's very important for you guys to focus on. Let's get the mic a little closer to the face, man. So let's get into the first point.
Great people in the front office.
Well, let's start from here. I'm sorry. Start from the front. First key point.
Well, I'm not allowed to speak with regard to players that are under contract with other teams. However, as you know, it is my job to, evaluate and look at trades and things of that nature in order to improve the team. And, like I said, when I came in, we were going to be aggressive. We were going to be opportunistic.
So, I mean, that's really what you need to know, man. As far as Knicks fans is concerned, everyone's keep complaining about what we're doing, what we're not doing. The Knicks are being aggressive. They, the whole summer they were trying their best to get Donovan Mitchell. It just didn't work out, man. But, at least we know that the Knicks showed their whole cards. They know that there's certain pieces that we can move, and they will move it, in order to get better. But it gets better as this thing goes along. Let's get into the next key point. This is the second key point. Let's just let them explain it.
One of our main goals all along has been to try to create internal stability. Signed RJ Barrett, first extension of a player since Charlie Ward. We retained Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell is another player who has been developed through the last few years, and we felt very fortunate to be able to keep him. Free agency. We got the #1 point guard in free agency this summer in Jalen Brunson, and we feel like we got a great other piece in Isaiah Hartenstein. So we feel really good about the summer. By not making a move, we are flush with draft capital, which, as you know, is great currency in the market and something that will help us get better as we move forward.
So, I mean, that's basically what I said. I didn't really talk too much in the beginning, man, talking about the assets and stuff, because just leave it for the horse's mouth. This point is connected with the first one. Is that, we didn't make the trade and this, that, and the other, but we showed our hand. We, about the assets and stuff. But as far as the guys that we did sign, so we did get better. You put your, all your eggs in your current basket. You develop what you have. RJ, like you said, RJ was the first person that we got extended. Actually, Mitchell Robinson is the first person that we retained. Even though that he wasn't like per se an extension because his contract was up and he was a free agent, and then we re-signed him. But that's like the first person that we actually re-signed, that we retained from somebody that we drafted. So this is 2 players that we did that for. So as he goes along, he's really going to get into depth about just what he believes in and just what we've been talking about this whole summer. So I just think that's extremely important, man. So let's just get into the next point here.
What do you have now over the next 7 years?
We have 21 draft picks over the next 7 years, 11 first-round picks, and 10 second-round picks.
All right, that's a lot. So with that in mind, should we assume the shop's not closed, that there's still some things to be done going forward with all those assets?
Absolutely. It goes back.
So listen, man, that's what I'm saying. The shop is not closed. We absolutely have all those draft picks. Like I said, young players and stuff like that. Not everybody's going to make their ride to the championship. Like I explained so much throughout the summertime with all these trade rumors and stuff that, even though we was putting RJ, we was putting Quentin Grimes and all these guys into trade packages and stuff like that. If you look at the roster, we have freaking 15 guys that we could play, man. So shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau has a rough job to put this group together, because we have a lot of talent. So I think that's our most important asset, and then just for him to say this, that the Knicks are going to be aggressive, this is what I want to hear, because I want to win a championship. I keep maintaining that that the only jersey that I've bought and like since Marcus Camby is my own. That's my own jersey back there, man. So I mean, the most important thing here is for us to win that championship, and just as for him to say that they're going to be aggressive and they got the chips. He understands. He's letting you know we got the chips and stuff like that. We're going to be opportunistic and things of that nature, man. So I think that's extremely important. So we're just gonna keep it moving. One thing about Leon Rose, if you people were making fun of him, because he keeps saying, but I keep saying, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the other. Man, this is how New Yorkers talk. So I don't get it. You guys would rather a guy talk like this, yes, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to let you know, that's what you guys want. I thought this was a Knicks fan base. This is a New York fan base. So don't you want someone that sounds like you, or not sound like have somebody that's making up a voice to sound like something, or whatever it is? You want authenticity, right? You want transparency. You want somebody to be a real human being when they talk to you, right? And people keep complaining they need him to speak. So when he does speak, now you want to make fun of him. Now the things that he's saying, oh, he didn't say this, that, and the other. Oh, we need to get a group of reporters in there to put the pressure on him. Listen, man, this is New York City. The pressure's already on. All of a fan. How much more pressure do you need than the fan base, man? The fan base gives him lights of fire on his ass every day. So we just that's I just feel like that, it just really drawn out, man, with all this nonsense. But let's get into the next point here.
Picks. Look at our past 3 drafts, and I have to give a shout out to Walt Perrin and company. Our scouts have done a tremendous job. And beyond even our scouts, it's in the organization, it's not one person, it's an organization, it's a group, it's people working together. But Walt and his group, that's their area, scouting and college scouting and international scouting. And Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, Miles McBride, Jericho Sims, and Trevor Keels we'll see this year. But
finding players.
Those are our draft picks. And, we're very pleased with where we are and what we've done over the last couple of years and how those guys have, worked, how our coaches have worked with them and how they've developed.
So listen, the development stuff always drives me crazy, man. But look at all the draft picks that we picked up. We picked up so many draft picks, and like people say, "Oh, we need to build through the draft. Oh, we should have tanked. Oh, we should have this, that." Look at what we did do with the picks that we did have. We have guys that are contributing to winning. People keep to this day. People keep saying that we need to play the young guys. Stop playing these vets. We only got 3 quote unquote vets on the team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to RJ. This is 4th year. Mitch Robinson is 5th year. Are those guys veterans? What it's really just whatever you have in your mind and whatever the narrative and the freaking mob is saying. That's the energy that you got to pick up. And everybody's going crazy with that. But the reality of the situation is that over the last few years, just like the from the horse's mouth, the leader of the organization, he's letting you know that we did draft well. We've drafted well in the positions that we were in, man. So I mean, it's not, let's just keep it moving, because I watched this video, I gotta say, like 1,000 times myself, man. Just listening to it and trying to piece together. This is an authentic interview. Whether or not it's MSG, stuff like that. Maybe if people say that it was scripted, but I mean, you can't be so scripted like this, man. You're like, if you're talking passionately, you don't talk passionately through a teleprompter. You know what I'm saying? You talk passionately from yourself. And if he's saying, and blah, 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 you can see he's turning red and he's like fidgeting and stuff. As this interview goes along, you really just get to see Leon Rose's personality pop up, because this is not necessarily scripted. Maybe they reviewed the questions. He's prepared for the questions. That's fine. How many interviews have you seen? These people are prepared for the questions. Even if they're not prepared for the people in the room to answer the questions, they're prepared to answer whatever question they have. It's just not they just come in there like, oh my God, you guys gonna ask me questions? Oh no, please. They're already prepared to answer anything that you're gonna give. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, man. So that's and another thing too. You know how weird it is to talk in front of a camera? No matter if you're sitting in a room by yourself or you're sitting in a studio or if you're sitting in a crowd, do you know how hard it is to talk with cameras and shit all around you? No matter what it is, how hot, I mean, this is one small little studio that I have, but I got lights and stuff. It's burning the fuck out of me, and I'm like, it's not easy to do, man. So, I mean, shout out to Leon Rose for even trying to do this, because he's not a broadcaster. He's a freaking general manager. He's a lawyer, a scout. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get into the rest of the interview
here in New York.
It's his DNA. His DNA. He has a winning DNA. And when I say you look at his history, state champions in high school, 2 national championships in college. Last year, with and without Luka Doncic, leads the Dallas Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals. The basketball, and he's improved every year because of who he is, what he's about. It's the character. It's the work ethic. It's the professionalism. And we brought him here, and we are so fortunate because he fills, one of the biggest voids that we had, the starting point guard. That is such an important role to our team, to every team really, but to our team, we needed that person that was going to stabilize us, and he's also someone we believe is going to make everyone around him better. The way he plays, his unselfishness, his basketball IQ, his leadership, all of those things are, the reasons why and he fits perfectly in Tibbs' system. And Tibbs has known him for a long, it's going to be a seamless transition.
So anyway, this is him talking about Jalen Brunson, man. So everything that he said, is there anything that we haven't said? But if he says it, all of a sudden is an uproar. All of a sudden it's like all this garbage and people are complaining and stuff like that. Listen, everything that he said is pure facts. Is it nepotism, all this other stuff? Okay, it might be. I've known this kid all my life, but at the same time, if he's trash, he's not going to play for the Knicks. It's not nepotism. We sign him because I knew him. Or Tibbs is like, his godfather and all this other stuff. You cannot take away the state championships in high school. That's not easy to do. Because while he's winning state championships, a lot of other NBA players are in these tournaments that he's destroying to win that championship in his state. To win a national championship in the NCAA is not easy. He won two. He won two of them. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how hard that is? He didn't win it back to back. He didn't have a dominant team. But it just goes without saying how because if you look at his teammates, he didn't have like big time NBA teammates. He was the best player out the group. Archie Archinado that's on a team now. He's gonna be our 15th guy on the bench. That was his go-to guy. Like I said, you can go back and look at that roster. There's nobody else on that roster that's really so crazy. So I mean, Jalen Brunson is the real deal. He helped win 2 championships in college, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing what I can really say. So I mean, the whole the concept of nepotism and stuff like that. You could talk about that, but this is not signing J.R. Smith's brother. You know what I'm saying? Or like whatever else that we had to deal with in this franchise history. Let's deal with today. Let's deal with today. Let's deal with stuff without all the nonsense, man. So that's why I think this is so important to hear him say it. And like I said, I need to bring it up again because there's other channels that have 30,000, 40,000 views on videos based on this video. But this video at the time of when I started this only had 14,000 views. It's like crazy. How does the main source don't get the views? It's like, like people say stuff about me that I curse too much and I don't speak clearly or whatever. I need to calm down. This, that, the other. Listen, man, you guys, I don't, to who it may concern. Like I said, I'm not talking to anybody in the chat. These are my guys here. But to whom it may concern, man. Are you guys Knicks fans or groupies? That's all I gotta say, man. Let's go to the next point. Here, let's see what he's talking about.
An edict? No, there's no edicts. Hey, we love our young players too. Believe me. But there's no edict. Tibbs is the coach. Tibbs decides who plays, how many minutes, what the rotations are. And, there's one thing I know about Tibbs. He's going to make decisions based on who's going to help us win a basketball game. And that's his job and that's his role. And that's, what he does. And I have, full confidence in that.
So check out his body language. You know what I'm saying? He's doing like, like he's fidgeting, stuff like that. Listen, real recognize real. I can see that there's an uncomfortableness about that. They said he has to back the coach, but look at the body language. He's not making eye contact. He's tapping and stuff like that. So listen, the writing is on the screen here that Tom Thibodeau needs to get his shit together. Listen, you believe in him or what he can do, and what he can do is organizing and stuff like that. But it's really up to him to get this thing together. I'm not going to interfere with what he's doing. He has to do what he has to do. I trust him to do whatever, and then some of the other, believe the next clip, he's going to quote actually Tom Thibodeau, just saying that he does believe in him. But listen, man, tapping on the floor and stuff. Listen, man, he might not be here. You know what I'm saying? So listen, results, we need results, but it's not to the degree where fans are going crazy. You have to operate your business in such a way. You know what I'm trying to say? So anyway, let's just get into the next point here.
I love Tibbs' phrase. We're going to win or we're going to learn. And, we have to learn from the things we have to learn from. And
we're going to win or we're going to learn. You know what I'm saying? You should be telling your kids that. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to do well or you're going to learn. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in between. I don't care if you're crying. I don't care if you're stressed or whatever. Listen, take a deep breath. Either you're going to do it or, do it and do it to your best of your ability, or you're going to learn. there's no in between. There's no stop. We could do it later, so don't worry about it. No, man. Listen, you need to focus. You need to focus on what you're doing. I'm saying, stop making it into something more than it is. Focus on your task at hand. And if you fail, okay, then you learn. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep failing, continuously failing at the same thing, then you're not learning anything. That means that you're not even trying. You know what I'm saying? So, that's great philosophy to have, just for life in general, man, and just to pass it on as an elder, as a leader. And I think everything that Leon Rose is saying in this thing, I think like the key word here is leadership. Alahan is going to point that out as the thing goes along here. I believe he's going to say it in the next point, or maybe even in this one. But we'll see. But let's continue playing this one. I got a few more seconds on this one.
We're not going to make excuses. Everybody has things that don't work out during the course of the season. But as far as I'm concerned, we're going to continue with the plan. We're going to continue to get better every single day. We're going to develop. We're going to be opportunistic. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be, looking to get better in any way, shape, or form we can. But no.
So check it out, man. He keeps saying that we're going to be opportunistic, this, that, and the other. Listen, I was saying that he was tapping the screen, uncomfortable talking about Tom Thibodeau, because listen, Tom Thibodeau can get fired by Christmas. I'm trying to tell you that he could get fired by Christmas if we start this preseason and he doesn't know what he got. If he gets into like the first 5 games like he did and start benching guys for no reason, and he looks like he's confused, we're trying to figure it out. Those key languages by Christmas that month, he's gonna be out of here. He's gonna be out of here. So anyway, you got to trust the guy to do his job. So if everything is running good, and everything is seamless as it should, because I feel like every one of our players are all in shape. Everybody's been working out and everybody's been super focused. So the only thing right now is for them to really prove it. Once the games and the lights are on, you can't complain about minutes, man. You cannot complain about minutes. You have to be ready. Tom Thibodeau, you have no excuses. Like, you have the guys that everybody's ready to play. You have to put them in the right positions. That's it. And then like Leon Rose keeps saying, we're going to be aggressive, opportunistic, and stuff like that. What is he talking about? Is he talking about the players, playing? No, he's talking about his job. Like I said in the beginning of this, he already showed who he's willing to get rid of. He already put it all out there and everyone. We done talked about it so much. That's why I refuse to do a season recap and none of that stuff, because we talked about it all year. We already know who's available for trade. Is nobody's going to say anything slick after the summer that we had, about trade stuff. So we already know what's going on. We already know the scenarios here. We already know that playing time is going to be short. But your favorite player that you've been capping for all summer might not play at all. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. These players need to be ready, just in case somebody gets hurt or just in case somebody's not playing well, somebody gets, there's the spot taken and that type of thing. You have to be ready for these type of things. And fans need to be more realistic on their expectations or how they view the team. Because I'm saying, I keep trying to say this as well, man. Not everybody is going to take the ride to the end, bro. If we win a championship, there might be 3 guys in this group that might make it there to the end. Matter of fact, this whole group could make it. That's possible. That's a possibility. But even the Knicks, when they won their first championship back in 1979, 1970, whatever it was, their first championship, the second championship was only a couple years later. The rosters were completely different. So miss me with the bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. The Knicks won the championship with one group. The next group, Dick Barnett was like 12th man, but he started in the first championship only a couple of years. We didn't have Earl of Pearl in the first group. We had Earl of Pearl in the second group. And there's a bunch of other players that I can talk about that weren't on the first team, that weren't on the second team. Big parts of it. So listen, man, miss me with the BS and all this other stuff. Oh man, they need to get the young boys on playing time. Listen, it's all about winning a championship in my eyes. And it should be all about winning a championship in your eyes too. One more point before I move on with this here. Shout out to 1994. We went to the championship against Houston 1994. Now look at the roster that we went to the championship in 99. 2 completely different rosters, bro. 2 completely different rosters. And I made the point also in 1989 when we had the bomb squad and stuff. That bomb squad from 89 to 94, totally different squad, fam. Totally different squad. So it is what it is here. It's time to cut it out. It's just time to cut it out. It's like annoying right now with this nonsense. So I mean, I guess there's a little bit more here to talk about. Let's I think this is the last one. So let's get into the last point, and then I'll talk about the last few points that's not really important, but should be noted. So let's keep it moving.
as well as our coaches. I mean, Scott Perry is our general manager. Brock Aller is our strategist. Frank Zanin, assistant general manager. Walt Perrin, assistant general manager. William Wesley, executive vice president. Gerson Rosas is a consultant to us. And all of those people bring a lot of strengths, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, a lot of contacts around the league. And I, as the president, I'm going to utilize all of that. And when
Did you hear that? He shouted out everybody that's in the office, not just one or two, because like with us, the fan base, they'll say, oh yes, that's Scott Perrin, blah blah. Oh, that's this guy. Listen, it's a team effort. You can't just point to Walter Perrin and say, oh, Walter Perrin that made that decision. How do you know that? You're just saying it. You're just saying it because you just want, like, you're just trying to create an uproar. It's a team effort. That's what it comes from the horse's mouth here. He hired these guys for a reason. They all have a job. And when they come into the room, I'm quite sure if they come into the room, they're yelling and screaming, just like how me and you are yelling and screaming on these podcasts, on these things. I'm quite sure they're having spirited conversations because one group, I got all this information, I got all this information, and then we got to put it together. So it's Leon Rose's job to sort that out. Let him finish his statement.
we have a decision to make, I want their opinions. I solicit their opinions. But make no mistake about it. At the end of the day, I'm going to deliberate. I'm going to analyze it. And I'm going to, take that very seriously because I know at the end of the day, it's on me. I have to make the decision. And I'm going to make a decision that I believe is the best thing for the New York Knicks organization.
So, I'm trying to make a point for body language and stuff like that. As soon as he started talking about the decision, you could see like the same stuff that I do. Like when I like this key stuff, that's New York stuff right there. It's not me acting. That's me, the way that I speak. Me and Leon Rose might as well be cousins or neighbors or something like that. Or my uncle. He might as well be there because we're definitely on the same wavelength as far as energy and stuff like that. So listen, you have to give credit to all these guys for everything that they do. You can't say, oh, that's what this guy's. But that drives me crazy. Just watching it and hearing people talk about it and stuff like that. You got to remember all that he just named all of them, man. So go back and watch this video on your own and then write down the names and stuff like that, and just get familiar with the whole team because this is a team effort right now. Like he said, the whole thing is on my man's lap right here. Leon Rose, shout out to him, but he signed up for it and he's built for it. He's built for it. So it is what it is when it comes to that, man. So a couple things that I didn't talk about so much that I'm not going to show actually because we talked about it so I did like 2 or 3 videos recently about Julius Randle, and people are wondering why am I supporting Randle and stuff. Listen, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm not supporting Randle or anything. Like a disclaimer, I want Randle traded. I've said it so many times, but then people still send me all these messages and stuff. Not just in my comments and stuff like that, but I'm talking about DMs and things of that nature about my comments that I said about Julius Randle. Listen, I want him out of here too. Even I didn't want to play it. But you can see I'm talking about body language. If you want to, right after this this point here, this was at 17:48, but there's still like 5 more. How many more minutes? There's quite a few more minutes left in this video that you could watch where he talks about Randle roles and expectations and stuff like that. So watch his body language when he talks about Randle. Same body language that he had when he talked about Tom Thibodeau. So Tom Thibodeau, he's on a hot seat without saying he's on a hot seat. Julius Randle, we're going to be aggressive to make moves and stuff like that. We have all these draft picks. So, yes, we're still going to be actively shopping and stuff like that. So, the body language, you can see that Julius Randle is clearly on the hot seat as well, that he could be traded out of here too. At the same time, it has to be in a situation where it benefits the team. At the same time, I'm not going to dismiss a guy that had 20, 10, and 5, but I'm going to, because he does talk about this, like I'm saying, he does acknowledge that he had a bad season mentally. He needs to figure it out, but he believes in the guy. Only 3 guys in the league had 20, 10, and 5. You know what I'm saying? So it counts for something. So I believe in him. I'm going to give him a chance, basically. He didn't say that, but basically body language and the way he's saying he's going to give him a chance. And the same thing, like Leon Rose reiterated, or when he talked about Tom Thibodeau, he basically said the same thing in the same energy about Julius Randle. So take that, put that in perspective, put that in your mind. That Leon Rose sees exactly what we see. So that's it, really, to tell you the truth. He did talk about Derrick Rose. He said that he was the heart and soul of the team and this, that, and the other. So Derrick Rose is important for us. We need veteran leadership. We want to play the young guys, this and the other, but we still need guys, veteran leaderships to pull guys together. We can't RJ's 22. Oh, but he's only 22. So if he's only 22, if you have that energy, oh, he's only 22. Oh, this is RJ's team. You can't say both. Because RJ has to learn how to lead men. How does he learn how to lead men by himself? Because he's only 22, right? So you need some veterans on the squad to lead. That way you can see what my man's did, and then you learn. That you learn. That's how you learn. As a 22-year-old, I was not capable of this and the other. But my first son was born at 23, and all of a sudden I became a freaking gospel preacher. I became someone that monologues a lot, and I was taking care of his brother and running a family at 23 years old. You just have to freaking do it. That is what it is. But in the scope of basketball, with all the lights and stuff like that, is a different animal. It's a different animal like that. So you need the veterans to get you, to lead the way in that way. So you need your Derrick Roses out there. You need your Fournier. Fournier is clearly a leader. You can see everything that happened in this Euro Cup. The fact that he didn't put the medal on because he was like, yo, why am I putting the medal on and celebrating losing? Because our guys, he was really on his team. His guys weren't. They weren't playing up to par and stuff like that. So that's leadership. Just showing that he cares and whatever. So having him in the locker room is going to help as well. Julius Randle, with all the stuff that he's been doing, the last season or so, he's got to figure that out himself. So same thing. Like I said, we're going to be aggressive. So if Julius Randle's not doing it, we will get somebody here that will. So I think that's very important to talk about. Then also too, like at the end, shout out to Josh. I'm thinking about Josh here. Josh is making a big deal about him staring at the camera and talking to the fans. Is this my camera? Okay, fans, let me tell you something. It is weird. Just like this is weird. I'm sitting there talking to you. This is weird too. And Josh does the same thing. It's all weird. All of this shit is weird. You are weird. Whoever's watching this, you are fucking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? I'm a weirdo myself. Josh is a weirdo. Everybody's a freaking weirdo. Because we're here talking about stuff that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. So we're all weirdos, but the simple fact that he has to do that to fans that feel like that, oh, Rose needs to talk to me personally. Let me know when you're going to make a move. Text me. Send me a tweet. Let me know. You need to let me know. I need to see it. You need to show me. Show you? Who are you? Freaking weirdo. You, me, Leon Rose. All you guys are weirdos. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the Diehard Knicks podcast. Let me see what's up to the chat here. There's a few people here in the chat. Shout out to everybody hanging out on a Saturday morning. You got nothing to do either. 12 o'clock. I started, shotgun pop-up podcast. That's what I do. I woke up, hanging out with the kids for a little while. The kids are playing video games, doing stuff with my wife, cleaning up. I saw the video. I got a thought in my mind, and I started setting it up 11:45. 12:20. I'm out here talking to you guys. So it is what it is. Pop-up podcast. I think I do the best doing that type of thing. So thank you for supporting, because this is not easy. Coming on here doing this stuff, man. Like I said, you weirdos. Shout out to Geraldine. Sincere the genius. Salute. Of course, my man Jarrell is here. He's a member. Thank you for supporting with the membership, my brother. Kevin Taylor. Like you said, we're very good shape, better shape than we have been in decades, man. Are you kidding me? And not for nothing, with this roster and the way that everyone's so prepared and stuff like that, including the coach, the front office, I have never seen the Knicks so together, like a puzzle. I have never seen everybody on their shit. The front office is on it, the coaching staff is on it, the players are on it. I have never seen all three levels on the same thing. 1994, we went to the finals. Dave Checketts and all these guys, they were in disarray. The front office was in disarray at the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different stuff, man. They wanted Patrick Ewing to be a secondary fiddle. They was trying to trade Patrick Ewing. This, that, and the other. Fast forward to 1999, Ernie Grunfeld ended up getting fired, but then that same team that he got fired for building went to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So there was so much disarray. Jeff Van Gundy quit. Before Jeff Van Gundy got the deal, Don Nelson was the coach. They fired Don Nelson because the coaching staff wasn't working well with the players. So the front office had to do something. And then when the front office got rid of Nelson and brought Jeff Van Gundy here, now the front office got fired because Jeff Van Gundy couldn't work with the roster. But then all of a sudden we made it to the finals. So I've never seen it. Our best times that I'm talking about, the 90s basketball, everybody keeps talking about we need to bring it back to that, blah, blah, blah. During that time, we were in disarray. In this time period right now, I have never seen the Knicks so seamlessly together, man. Quote me on that. And go do your research for your own self. I have never seen the Knicks so cohesive in all levels of basketball. But yet and still, let's be negative though. Let's find something negative and only harp on that. Yeah, you completely missed the interview. You don't need to. If you look at this, these 8 points that I pointed out, this is really all you need to see. But as you can see, there's nothing that you miss because there's nothing that you don't already know, and there's nothing that you need to see. I need to see it for myself. Forget what he said. I'm not gonna watch his video. I don't care what he's got to say. He's an idiot. Okay, listen, man. Why are you here? People like novellas. People like novellas. People like to be groupies. Are you watching a novella? Are you a groupie? You know what I'm saying? Are you just a stan typing your comments and stuff all day long? You like to spar? You like to get into the ring and spar with other Knicks fans or whatever. Are you a fan of the team? Which one? Come on, man. Shout out to Harlem CEO here. He got the 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb, salute. Yeah, man, that's my shit here. Listen, Harlem CEO, or if anybody, I'm trying to do some giveaways and stuff, man. So and tune in for the next one. I think the next pod I'll do the giveaway because I was supposed to do one yesterday, but the person that I had scheduled to come on had to reschedule. So we're gonna do that pod I think Sunday. So it is what it is, man. So Brunson Talk. Yeah, salute to my man Canal, the first moderator on the thing here. Sicilian Genius. Don't forget Bridges was there also. Hey man. Don't forget a lot of stuff. People forget about a lot of things, man. Hit the thumbs up and support the wave, man. The culture stuff. Everybody approaches the podcast differently. I approach it my way. So I mean, just enjoy and just enjoy what you enjoy and keep a open eye for what other people are saying too, to get the full perspective of the whole conversation, man. So like I said, I appreciate those that pop in here to support me. You've been supporting me for 2 years now with this pod, and I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, man, Jarrell, we are all weirdos, man. Shout out to whoever you are. Don't think that you're not a weirdo. If you think that you're smarter or whatever than somebody else, you freaking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my man Andy. All the diehards. This guy is a heartthrob here, trying to slide in there, trying to get some love. Was Rob Catch. Enjoy your show. Listen, I don't care how I speak, man, but thank you for enjoying the show. I do speak clearly. I speak very passionately, and like shout out to Alan Hahn. He tried to throw a vocabulary word at Leon Rose, and Leon Rose is like, what did you say? You know what I'm saying? So it makes you laugh because you have to pull a vocabulary word out your ass, just to make it seem like you're intelligent, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get up out of here with that. This is New York. You know what I'm saying? Wipe your ass with the dictionary. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Andy, shout out to Jarrell. I'm out of here, man. So thank you for everybody for tuning in. This was the 8 points from the Leon Rose video that I thought was important. And like I said, I'm trying to save to beginning of the season. Everyone needs to get organized the right way. All this negativity stuff, let it go. Because like I'm trying to say, that front office is on point. Our players, all of our players, whether you like this one or that one, all of our players are on point and ready to go. Shout out to Fournier. You don't want him to play. That motherfucker is ready to play now. Julius Randle, you don't like him. He's ready to play right now. He's ready to start the season. Shout out to Cam Reddish and all your favorite guys that you like to do this with. Everybody's ready. And I believe in that. So the coaching staff, Tom Thibodeau, and all the guys that we got there, I'm quite sure they're ready as well. So let's go. I'm ready, man. Let's do. I'm so hyped up for this season. Like I said, I got a few pies coming up, lined up as on this thing here. So I appreciate you guys' support. Please continue to support the pod, and I'll continue to put these videos out regardless, man. So yeah, man. This is your boy E Rule. Also, please check out Diehard Marvel. Check out Diehard Marvel. Let me see if I can get this up here quickly before I get up out of here. Because I keep forgetting to put this up here so I can share it with you guys. But before we go out here, let me just show you the logo. This is the logo here, Diehard Marvel, man. So please check out Diehard Marvel on YouTube. I'm gonna be doing videos there pretty frequently, not as frequently as Diehard Knicks, but pretty frequently, man, as much as I have time to do. And it'll be live videos talking about Marvel stuff and this, that, and the other. And so anyway, goodbye.